Please be seated. Graduates, if you wish to remove your caps, you may do so. Welcome to the 24th Convocation of the University of Kansas School of Education. At this ceremony, we honor our undergraduate and graduate students who completed their degree programs during summer and fall 2014 and spring 2015. Some students who anticipate graduation this summer are participating as well. The degrees will be conferred at the University Commencement exercise tomorrow, and diplomas will be available by July 31 in Strong Hall or by mail. This morning, a photographer will take a picture of each graduate or award recipient as he or she is presented at center stage and shakes hands with Dean Ginsburg. We ask that guests remain in their seats and hold their applause. I am Joe Weir from the Department of Health, Sport, and Exercise Sciences. I would like to acknowledge the assistance of our faculty marshals for the procession: Mary Fry, Phil Gallagher, Eva Horn, Patricia Lowe, Joe Novak, Marlisa Roney, Phil Vardaman, and Lisa Wolf-Wendell. I am honored to welcome our many distinguished guests on the platform this afternoon, including Tamara Durham, Vice Provost for Student Affairs. Other members of the platform party will be introduced during the program. I am now pleased to introduce Rick Ginsburg, Dean of the School of Education.
Well, welcome to a beautiful summer's day in Allen Fieldhouse. Today's ceremony is being live streamed and will also be available to view on the School of Education website in a few days if you want to recapture some of your memories. This is typically the time where I, as Dean, get the chance to share some pearls of my wisdom with you graduating seniors, and I've got bad news for you this year. I'm actually not going to give that speech. You can join in on that if you like, that's okay. This year but I've got good news. We've had a number of major retirements. There've been retirements all over the country. We contacted David Letterman, but he wasn't able to join us. But we actually did better than that. My Associate Dean for Teacher Education Undergraduate Programs, Sally Roberts, has been at the University of Kansas for 35 years. As a student in all of your shoes, as a scholar, researcher, as a faculty member, and for the past 10 years as the Associate Dean. Please welcome my friend and colleague, our Associate Dean, Dr. Sally Roberts.
Today I'm going to talk to you about music and memories. I was born in the 40s. People who were born in the 40s have lived 8 decades, 2 centuries, and 2 millenniums. Yeah, I'm old. We had the best music, the fastest cars, drive-in theaters, soda fountains, and happy days. Come along with me on this journey. I was an original baby boomer, born in 1946 when my father returned from serving in World War II. I was raised in Dodge City, a small town in southwestern Kansas. Like most school districts in those early days after the war, they weren't ready for how many children would be entering their classrooms in 1951. There were 48 4- and 5-year-olds in my morning kindergarten class and an equal number in the afternoon. I remember my teacher read Bible verses to us about the wise man who builds his house on the rock. Then she would ask us, "Will you be like the foolish man who builds his house on the sand?" So much for separation of church and state. Of course, if I had 48 kindergartners with no help, I might have tried to invoke divine intervention too. It was great growing up in Dodge City in the 1950s. I went from a telephone operator saying, "Number please, Hunter 33309, I still remember my number, to my pink Princess phone, rotary dial and all. I graduated from high school in 1964. The Rolling Stones went on tour that year with the Ronettes, and our dean has tickets when they come back this year. The British invasion began as the Beatles arrived in New York to go on the Ed Sullivan Show. We all watched them on our black and white TVs. She loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. She loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. And with a love like that, you know you should be glad. Gomer Pyle, USMC, and Bewitched were on TV. A.J. Foyt won the Indianapolis 500 at 147 miles per hour. A new car cost $3,495, and tuition for my freshman year at Wichita State University cost $6 a credit hour. That's right, I paid $90 for 15 hours. I came to KU for the first time in 1971 to get my master's degree. This time, my tuition was $482 for the year. If I'd been a math major, I wasn't, I could have used the first pocket calculator from Texas Instruments. The cost of a new car hadn't increased tremendously, $3,560. Al Unser won the Indy 500, and the Nebraska Huskers were college football champions. You don't really want to know where KU placed that year in the Big Eight. We watched All in the Family and The Odd Couple on TV. What was I listening to in 1971 as I drove my Volkswagen Bug to campus? Carole King's I Feel the Earth Move Under My Feet. I feel the sky tumbling down, tumbling down. I had no idea then that I would spend over 30 years commuting from Shawnee to Lawrence, to Shawnee to Lawrence. Fast forward to my doctoral degree. I started when my children were 12 and 14. It's really hard to be a parent and a student, right? I studied for statistics tests, sitting on bleachers, watching my son play basketball. I sewed sequins on drill team costumes with a textbook open in my lap. I remember racing from Lawrence to Shawnee after class to watch a drill team performance. And as I got to the school and opened the door, I could hear the beat of the music. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride, nobody's gonna slow me down, oh no, I gotta keep moving. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride, I'm running and I won't touch ground, oh no, I gotta keep moving. Some of you moms out there probably remember that song. I worked on a grant and traveled around the Midwest providing on-site technical assistance to special education classrooms. I remember thinking, when I get this degree, I'll get to go to fun places like my professors. They were going to San Francisco, Japan. I went to Creston, Iowa, and stayed in the Super 8 with a sign in the bathroom saying, "Don't clean your birds in this sink." In 1992, my daughter and I walked the hill together as she earned her degree in journalism and I got my doctoral degree in education. Can it be that it was all so simple then? Or has time rewritten every line? If we had the chance to do it all again, tell me, would we, could we? Memories may be beautiful, and yet, what's too painful to remember, we simply choose to forget. So it's the laughter we will remember whenever we remember the way we were. Just like all of you, I have wonderful memories of growing up and going to college. I also have great memories of my life here at KU. I've loved being your teacher and being a part of so many lives over the years. I've loved my basketball seats, Section K, right up there next to the band. Not quite as good as Jordan Buell's head basketball manager. He sat with the team. but he hasn't been able to watch year after year of amazing KU pep band drummers up close like I have. Now, at the end of my career, and as you begin yours, I want to share two things that happened recently. When the announcement of my retirement appeared in KU Today 3 weeks ago, I got the following email from a former student who is now a professor in the Hearing and Speech Department. Dear Dr. Roberts, I have such fond memories and several chuckles from my junior year in your American Sign Language class. A fellow Delt and I signed a duet, Don't Fall in Love with a Dreamer by Kenny Rogers and Kim Carnes. I wore a cowboy hat, he wore a wig. I wanted you to know that we do a communication camp every summer for children with communication disorders, and I am the music song leader. We teach sign language to kids with significant communication challenges, some who are nonverbal, so that they can participate with their verbal peers in the songs. But all of the kids love learning using sign to participate. So I continue to apply the hand shapes and techniques you taught me 20 years ago. And about this same time, I went to a track meet at Free State High School here in Lawrence. I have a freshman grandson who is a distance runner for Blue Valley Southwest, and he was running in the 3200 in that meet. My son and I watched the kids line up to run, and we were surprised to see that all 9 of the boys, the distance runners, were running in the 3200. There were probably 35 runners from the different schools, and they staggered them into 2 groups. The Southwest boys were mixed in the 2 groups, and for those who don't know about running, the 3200 requires 8 laps around the track. Now, distance running is a solitary sport. Each person runs against the clock. When the gun went off, the Southwest runners bunched together in a group and began to run. And I waited for them to separate and the faster ones to go to the front, and 1 lap, and 2 laps, and 3 laps, and they stayed together all in a group. And I said to my son, what are they doing? And he said, I don't know. 4 laps, 5 laps, here are these 9 boys. And I watched, and Tristan and Dylan in the front were looking at their watch, and they were saying something back to Connor and Ty in the middle, who were sending a word back. Finally, we figured it out. You see, that track meet was called the barrier breaker, and that means that there's a barrier time, and if you run faster than the barrier, you medal. On their own, these young men decided that they would run the race as a group. The fastest ones serving as rabbits, setting the pace needed to medal. Those in the middle urging the slower boys on. No one won that race from Blue Valley Southwest, but all 9 boys medaled that day. So as you start your career, I want you to do 2 things for me. Impact lives so that the individuals you touch will take what you've given them and pay it forward. And I want you to be a part of a team effort, making sure that you are as good as the fastest and slowest in the group, and that everyone wins. And since this is a hallmark moment, here's to all of you. You did it. Congratulations and rock chalk.
The Wolf Teaching Excellence Awards were established by the Wolf Family Foundation to recognize excellence in secondary school teaching through nominations by KU undergraduate seniors from any department on campus. We're proud to honor the recipients of these awards today. Would our 4 honorees please come forward? That's you guys. Right over here. Ron Cook. Ron, raise your hand. Ron Cook teaches advanced placement, AP Psychology, and AP European History at Wamego High School. He was nominated by senior Elizabeth Hazelwood. Cook believes that, quote, a constant pursuit of learning about learning will lead him to an evolving philosophy of teaching and a growing understanding of how students and teachers think. Drew Kiter. Drew, who teaches physics and AP physics at Olathe Northwest High School, was nominated by KU senior Chelsea Zhu, who's here today as well. Of his students, Kiter writes, they have stories to tell. They have voices that need to be heard. In the end, they help me as much as I help them. Caroline Kill. Caroline teaches biology at the Barstow School. This weekend marks her third degree from the School of Education here at the University of Kansas. Her former student, Kathleen White, who nominated her, cautions readers to not let her name fool you. She is one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. She reminds me of what it would be like to have Miss Frizzle from the Magic School Bus television series as a teacher. She's also passionate about teaching, and the enthusiasm and liveliness that she exudes makes her classroom an enjoyable place to be and to learn. And finally, Laura Woolfolk. Laura? Laura teaches English and psychology at Dodge City High School. She was nominated by Courtney McDaniel, who wrote, Miss Woolfolk did not just affect my life in high school. She has continued to be a huge part of my life to this day. It is so powerful to know that I always have at least one person in my corner supporting me unconditionally. Be sure to read more about these 4 outstanding teachers in your program. Let's have a round of applause for our Wolf Award winners. Please, go ahead. Thank God I got an award-winning smile, you know? Golly. It is my honor today to present John Rios, J.D. Rios, with the School of Education Friend of Education Award. J.D. works for the Kansas City, Kansas Public Schools. This is what J.D. says about education. Next to the quest for peace, our nation's most important goal is the development of a high-quality educational pipeline that will prepare all young people for life in a fast-changing and complex world. I believe few people disagree with the belief of Clifton Fadiman. There is an intimate connection between the survival of democracy and the quality of our public education system. J.D. has been a great friend to KU, but more important, he has been an educational leader, inspiring students and improving education for all. You can read more about Mr. Rios in our program. J.D., please accept this award with our thanks for your influential career and your service to education. J.D.? Each spring, undergraduate students select faculty who best exhibit excellence in classroom teaching for the Geiger Gould Teaching Award. Our recipient this year comes to us from the Department of Curriculum and Teaching, Dr. Arlene Barry. Arlene? Established by the family of Bob Frederick, a beloved and integral member of our faculty who died in 2009. Prior to that, Bob had been the athletic director for KU. The Dr. Bob Frederick Faculty Award honors an outstanding faculty member who exemplifies ethics in their career and carries on Bob's tradition of devotion to students. This year's winner is from the Department of Special Education, Dr. Greg Cheatham. Greg?
We would like to ask the recipients of the Senior Leadership Awards to come forward. Each of these exemplary students will receive a small gift to mark their accomplishments. Please hold your applause until all of the recipients have been introduced. Keaton Davis, athletic training. Bailey Hartman, elementary education. Heather Johnson, English education. Lauren Marcus, exercise science. Margaret Neal, elementary education. Katerina Sig, elementary education. Abigail Sundin, history and government education. Natalie Teo, unified early childhood education. Wade Thomas, sport management. Cole Meyerhoff, health and physical education, could not join us today. Please join me in congratulating this year's senior leadership class. It is our tradition to select exceptional students to speak on behalf of all the graduates. Please welcome Shira Bedell, a master's degree recipient in special education.
Thank you, Dr. Ware. Dean Ginsburg, distinguished faculty, family, friends, and fellow graduates. After being asked to speak today, I immediately began to research speech ideas, and I ran across an article that had some tips for choosing a graduation speaker. One was to choose a person that was famous. In the event that a famous person was unavailable, the article suggested that the speaker be wealthy in hopes that they would make a large contribution to the school. Our nominating committee has failed terribly because I am neither famous nor rich. However, there was one piece of advice that I took from the article. Be brief, and I will be, as I assume many of you are ready to celebrate with family and friends that have been by your side throughout this journey. I am so honored to be standing in front of you all today. Somehow, decisions that we have made in our life has led us to this particular moment where our paths intertwined, and I had the privilege of speaking to all of you. We were all drawn to KU for various reasons: tradition, legacy, academics, athletics, or just a love for the quaint city of Lawrence. Whatever the reason, we all arrived bright-eyed and ambitious, ready for new experiences and opportunities. But this convocation marks the end of our time here. It signifies that we now possess the power and privilege that is only bestowed to KU graduates. So the question becomes, now what? How do we use the education that we have received to move forward and make our mark on the world? First, we must recognize that none of us made it to this day alone. We have parents and spouses, that have emotionally and financially supported us. We have siblings and extended family members that have reassured us when we were full of doubt. We have friends and peers that have challenged and inspired us to be better versions of ourselves. And we have professors and mentors that have guided us and pushed us beyond our mental capacities to become better learners, researchers, and stewards of education. I urge you to hold fast to these support systems that have motivated, inspired, and helped you to get here with their tireless support. So if you have not taken a moment to thank them prior to this, I would encourage you to do so immediately after the ceremony. Because trust me, as you venture out on new endeavors, their support will remain crucial to your success. Next, you must realize that your success will no longer be measured by grades that you receive, and contrary to popular belief, it will not depend on the size of your paycheck. Instead, your success will be measured by the impact that you make on the world. So I encourage you to become civically engaged, volunteer time outside of yourself, respect everyone that you meet, offer a helping hand to those that have fallen on hard times, and speak up when you witness acts of injustice and intolerance. These things will allow us to work together towards a more harmonious way of life. Lastly, take the skills that you have acquired to ask tough questions, enter conversations with people who have different perspectives than your own, and face challenges head on. This will allow you to reassess what matters, reprioritize, and move forward. These are the actions that will lead to your greatest moments of strength and growth. These may seem like big challenges for new graduates, but I have sat in classrooms with some of you or overheard the meeting of minds as I walked through JRP, so I know that you are well prepared. The assignments that we have completed, the lectures that we listened to, and the conversations that we participated in challenged us and made us stronger, more refined, more intelligent versions of ourselves. Today, we leave here just as ambitious as when we arrived, with more answers and even more questions, ready to make our mark on the world. The only way I know how to end this speech of mine is with one of my favorite quotes by Eric Roth from his screenplay, For the Curious Case of Benjamin Button. For what it's worth, it's never too late, or in my case, too early, to be whoever you want to be. There's no time limit. Stop whenever you want. You can change or stay the same. There are no rules to this thing. We can make the best or the worst of it. I hope you make the best of it. And I hope you see things that startle you. I hope you feel things that you've never felt before. I hope you meet people with a different point of view. I hope you live a life you're proud of. If you find that you're not, I hope you have the courage to start all over again. Congratulations, School of Education graduates. I wish you laughter, joy, and prosperity. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bedell. We would like to present you with a remembrance of this occasion. Dr. Sally Roberts will now present the candidates for bachelor's degrees.
Distinguished faculty and guests, it is my pleasure to present the candidates for baccalaureate degrees. I will ask that the audience hold your applause until all of the baccalaureate candidates have been introduced. The Dean will congratulate our students. Candidates, you should place your tassel to the right side of your mortarboard, shake hands with the Dean, and pause briefly for the photographer at mid-stage. You don't move your tassel until I read your name. You will also pause at the area north of the stage for a photograph. Marshals, please escort the candidates to the stage. Keaton Davis. Bailey Kate Hartman. Heather Arian Johnson. Lauren Marcus. Margaret Neal. Katerina Sig. Abby V. Sundin. Natalie T.O. Wade Thomas. Adam Weshy. Devin Thulin. Ju Young Lee. Gretel Brienne. Victoria Hafner. Brittany Kuhlman. Emily Catherine Ball. Lindsay Merrill. Hannah Corai. Ashley Marie Holcomb. Karen Hookstraten. Haley Timmons. Jessica Hall. Tess Carpenter. Jack McNaught Hitz. Stephen Opskar. Ashton Mearpool. Molly Merle Milburn. Haley Danielle Fulmer. Abby Marie Bays. Georgie Anna Wilson. Danielle Neiman. Katie McCluskey. Jenna Adair Wiggins. Grace Adrian Salazar. Paige Noel Murphy. Kyan Hall. Chase Ryan. Devin Devonta Hennett. Robert Brogdon III. Lauren Taylor Smith. Lisa Cyrus. Alex Joshua Ray. Austin Hirschberger. Tad Weedle. Josh Rankin. Tori Henderson. Andrea Robin Exxon. Megan Lee Lowe. Kendall Page Reeves. Michelle Selby. Taylor Adam Rappaport. Josh Carson. Christian Garrett. Christopher Huey. Lindsay Catherine Bloom. Kelly Ann Kleenex. Brett Cook. Sarah Elaine Schneider. Abigail Riles Hughes. Taylor Catherine Abbott. Christina Nixon. Jessica Horseman. Caitlin Marie Widener. Zoe Jonak. Jamie Katz. Brenna Caff. Juliana Josephine Edwards. Ellen Marie Jacobson. Leah Eberline. Mackenzie Dever. Mackenzie Dever. Taylor Windler. Kylie Emerson. Carolyn Elise Ackrey. Cassandra Burns. Barbara Sue Branson. Paige Schmidt. Allison Margaret Williams. Madison Wolf. Nicole Roger. Marie Stoss. Michelle Pascal. Peyton Smith. Anna K. Schaefer. Megan McGillicuddy. Ashley McWilliams. Nick Newberger. Rachel Elizabeth Ussery. Janine Sidday. Audra Jo Jones. Courtney Winchester. Jordan Elisa Dockery. Ellen Christine Shannon. Tori Spencer. Jessica Clifford. Katie Elizabeth Flippo. Catherine Frances Higgins. Berkeley Paige Matthews. Sarah Brillhart. Elisa Maxine Coffey. Shauna Emmer. Haley Davis. Caitlin Benjamin. Lauren Emily Barabin. Jenny Ryder. Natalie Borio. Sydney Hagee. Garrett Jefferson Brockmeyer. Daniel Korstad. Jace Lowe. Justin Michael Hannon. David Bachelor. William Douglas Hoven. Hoven, I know a Hoven. Good. Frank John Zitnick IV. Christian Marcus Mata. Josh Windholtz. Colton Joseph Dwyer. Megan Elizabeth Griggs. Jordan Dana Bell. Alyssa Wilhite. Laura Williamson. Christopher Joseph Fellows. Caitlin Shekel. Guy Martinet. Joseph Seagraves. Brian Michael McCaffrey. Eric Wayne McGrain. Alex Artega. Tyler Thomas Gerard Riedel. Jordan Dean Buell. Jason Walters. Nicholas Green. Michael Van Walligam. Peyton Lynn Phillips. Matthew William Arnold. Victoria Palomino. Alana Maurice Caraballo. Sort of. Catherine Berg. Lindsay Eck. Alexis Tate. Alexandra Prather. Melanie Dawn Foster. Mary Kathleen Mera. Michaela Bristow. Jamie Hunter. Taylor Sawyer. Ramiro Hermosillo. Sort of? How about Hermosillo? Better? They worked really hard. We need to get the names right. Matthew Apuzzo. Ian Griffith. Cheyenne Allison Lindemann. Olivia Hunter. Margaret La Piana. Marie Humphrey. Mackenzie Kaiser. Taylor Johnson. Hannah Margaret Masterakis. Paige Elizabeth Masterakis. Christopher Landis. Alexandria Klaus. Courtney Poe. Allison Kelly. Catherine Johnson. Catherine Campbell Jackson. Elizabeth Lee Basin. Carolina Maria Gutierrez. Caitlin Ripberger. Emily Christine Reck. Brittany Renee Bouts. Stephanie Marie Hopkins. Kelly Gillis. Brianna Price. Heidi Elaine Boyles. Sarah Jane Abel. Jana Lynn Schwartz. Chloe Anderson. Nathan List. Anna Terlink. Ashton Dover. William Marsh. Kathy Wynn. Lucy Daldorf. Madison Crocker. Angela Joan Gargaro. Kelly Bales. Alex Rizzuti. Thanks. Christopher Trong. Vanessa Ray Petta. Madeline Elizabeth Whitfield. Jacob Burton. Rory Smith. Tor Fornelli. Carolyn Schul. Emily Ann Nissen. Sarah Catherine Louise Cook. Abigail Ramos. Selena Barrera. Slight break here. Allison Shale. Connie Daniela Gutierrez. Kaylee Steinman. Kaylee Steinman. Sometimes you get them twice. Madison Kramer. Nicholas Cardiff. Daniel Reynolds. Abby Lewis. Caitlin Adams. Chelsea Albers. Jameson Carmichael. Patrick Hill. Blake Mudd. Nick Wachter. Ian Simmons. Dan Pram. Jonathan Paul Underwood. Ashley Newman. Ryan Michael Thompson. Gaston William Millar. Jacob Petty. Jacob Kaufman. Kyle Schmidt. Jarek Cameron Penny. Please join me in congratulating our baccalaureate candidates.
You can do a little better than that, can't you? Come on. I now get the opportunity to present the Budig Teaching Professor Award, named after our former Chancellor, Gene Budig. Our 2015-2016 Budig Teaching Professor in Education is from the Department of Curriculum and Teaching. It's Professor Doug Huffman. Doug? For the 22nd year, the School of Education is proud to recognize outstanding graduate work. The award for Outstanding Master's Project goes to Heidi Benham for the, quote, Healthy Snack Flipbook. Her advisor is Eva Horn from the Department of Special Education. Kurt Drager receives the Outstanding Master's Thesis Award for, quote, the relationship between abstract reasoning and performance in high school algebra. Bruce Fry from the Department of Psychology and Research in Education is his advisor. Finally, Benjamin Rutt, who cannot join us today, receives the award for the outstanding doctoral dissertation for his work titled The Effectiveness of Cognitive Processing Therapy and Prolonged Exposure in the Department of Veteran Affairs. His advisor is Dr. Tom Kreshak from the Department of Psychology and Research in Education. Please join me in congratulating our students and their advisors.
At this time, I would like to introduce Dr. Jim Lichtenberg, Associate Dean for Graduate Studies and Research. He will present the candidates for graduate degrees.
It's my pleasure to present the candidates for graduate degrees. Will the marshals please escort the candidates to the stage? Again, please hold your applause until all graduate candidates have been introduced. I'll now introduce the candidates for the master's degree. And I'll say that again once they get here. I'll now introduce the candidates for the master's degree. Heidi Benham, Keaton Davis. What's that? Kirk Drager. Shira Bedell. Julia Claire Scroggs. Lucas J. Mullen. Jessica Mattis. Rhiannon Racy. Britt Nelson. Carly Froyum. Matt Falk. Jesse Dwayne Riggs. Jessica Amia Russell. Nicole Storman. Michelle Hobbs. Anna Lene Corbel. Daniel Soulier. Abby McCullum. Carrie Hageman. Cosma Madrid. Christopher Murphy. Oprah Crockett. Jilu Sun. Alburazag Mohammed Falah. Galith Bolanos. Cassandra Kiefer. Michelle Compton. Karen Cook. Susan Ryder. Narissa Mepalis Birdsell. Todd Allen Miles. Kiara Catherine Davis Bourne. Megan DeBoom. Sherry Holland. Katie Eckelberry. Adrienne Zilke. Caitlin Rebecca Nicholson. Rachel Stone. Laura Fogarty. Janelle Wheeler. Amanda Sheridan. Stephanie Kirk. Just a second, Stephanie. The University of Kansas recognizes those who serve or have favorably served in the U.S. Armed Forces and have demonstrated a commitment to academic excellence with red, white, and blue Veteran Honor Cords. This year, the School of Education recognizes Stephanie Kirk for this honor. Congratulations. Mitchell Bordeaux. Emily Otteson. Nathaniel M. Smith. Matthew Lancaster. David Matthew Veach. Gabe Dalton. Daniel Smalley. Chelsea Caitlin Crepshaw. Tyler Mulholland. Sorry. Jiang Yang. Matthew Hudderly. Adam Denton Dawson. Derek Trammell. Jordan Mathis. Christopher Farabee. Allison Bodenbach. Christopher Friedel Buckland. Elizabeth Rainkin. Jingjin Tsai. I practiced this one. Luis Alberto Cavici Villanueva. Great. Okay. Shang Liu. Waisel Altuno. Kimberly Lynn Guppy. Sarah Lynn Kelly. Ala Al-Johani. Aaron E. Gates. Diana Margaret Driver. Carissa DeVerde. Amanda Sams. Lissa Tedder King. Amanda Backer Lappin. Taylor Montgomery. Matthew Davis. Kevin Lysick. Craig Warlick. Kimberly Robinson. Maureen Winona Dismang. Lisa Bodkin. Megan Turpin. Marcy Lynn Hartwig. Brian Hillocks. George Augustin Delgado. Lacey Hadel. Jill Maureen Anderson. Erica Turkington. Amy Howell. Kelsey Lynn Peterson. Destiny Eubanks. Ibrahim Ali Al-Farhan. Mohammed Al-Jahadia. Kelsey Nicole Miller Beckman. Carolyn McKenna. Devon Darnell Cato. Brianna Rundas. Kylie Nicole Harmon. Emily Swagger. I'll now introduce the candidates for the specialist degree. And these are our candidates for the specialist degree. Diana Stephanie Dukovic. Joseph Benson Diefendorf. Lauren White. Mikkel Toby. Tyler Kitson. Amanda Sword. Kayla Lynn Kirshen. Megan Brooks Hadorn. Amanda DeWitt. And I'm pleased now to present the candidates for our doctoral degrees. Catherine Rose Mockery. PhD in Educational Leadership and Policy Studies, John Rury Advisor. Shantoya Jones, PhD in Psychology and Research in Education, Jim Lichtenberg Advisor. Karen Dietrich, PhD Curriculum and Teaching, Dr. Gonzalez Bueno Advisor. Vera Lynn Stroop Rentier, PhD in Special Education, Ann Turnbull, advisor. Ray D. Naborro, PhD in Psychology and Research and Education, Bruce Fry, advisor. Donald England, PhD in Curriculum and Teaching, Paul Markham, advisor. Todd Miller, PhD, Psychology and Research and Education, Stephen Lee, advisor. Kelly Tison, PhD, Health, Sport, and Exercise Sciences, Leon Green, advisor. Patricia Raylyn Dietz, PhD, Health, Sport, and Exercise Sciences, Andy Fry, advisor. Rebecca Marie Aiken, PhD in Health, Sport, and Exercise Sciences, Angela Lumpkin, advisor. Caroline Kill, EDD, Educational Leadership and Policy Studies, Susan Twomley, advisor. Mario Sean Fontana, PhD, Health, Sport, and Exercise Sciences, Mary Fry, advisor. Susumu Iwasaki, thank you. PhD, Health, Sport, and Exercise Sciences, Mary Fry, advisor. Audra I. Clausen, PhD in Special Education, Eva Horn, advisor. Majed Al-Salam, PhD in Special Education, James Basham, advisor. Majid Wadani, PhD, Curriculum and Teaching, Kelly Thomas, advisor. Gail Tiemann, PhD, Educational from Psychology and Research and Education, Neil Kingston, advisor. Dana Lynn Atwood Blaine, PhD, Curriculum and Teaching, Doug Huffman, advisor. Bria Tritton, PhD in Curriculum and Teaching, Doug Huffman, advisor. Yu Ping Shi, PhD in Educational Leadership and Policy Studies, Ed Mayan, advisor. Xing Han Yu, PhD, Educational Leadership and Policy Studies, Ron Ost, advisor. Naima Al-Homodi, PhD, Educational Leadership and Policy Studies, Susan Twombly, advisor. Faiza El-Shaiki, PhD in, PhD? Okay, in educational Leadership and Policy Studies, Ron Ost, advisor. Catherine Hole, PhD, Psychology and Research and Education, Bruce Fry, advisor. Charlotte Cruz, PhD, Psychology and Research and Education, Megan Patterson, advisor. Christina Lee Kilgore, EDD in Educational Leadership and Policy Studies, Argan Sachioglu, advisor. Eric Kilgore, EDD, Educational Leadership and Policy Studies, Argan Sachioglu, advisor. Please join me in congratulating our candidates for graduate degrees. Good job.
Thank you all for joining us for the 24th School of Education Convocation. We would ask our guests to please remain seated until the faculty and all graduates have completed the recessional. We would like to thank the University of Kansas Brass Quintet for providing our music this afternoon. And now, please rise and join us as Assistant Dean Lon Dennert leads us in singing the first verse of the University of Kansas alma mater, The Crimson and the Blue. The words are found on the back page of your program.
Hit it. Rock chalk, J-R-K-U, rock chalk, J-R-K-U, rock chalk, J-R-K-U.